So, growing up in a Nigerian household, as I mentioned, there are very high expectations set for you. Many of them career-wise, I can name doctor, lawyer, engineer, or anything besides that, you are considered a family disappointment. And you could imagine where I fall between that, a little mix of everything, but we're getting there. But something that my parents truly instilled in me wasn't just high expectations, but just aiming for excellence. But much of aiming for excellence to them did not leave room for failure for me. So that means I had to put a lot of pressure on myself to be good in everything. I joined the journalism club in high school, I ran track, I was valedictorian in middle school, if that counts, and everything else I did between, I did really good at. But one thing that I'm also really proud of that I've learned to be one of the core skills that I keep to me today is that I know how to lose. Actually, I'm pretty good at it. And I'll show you some ways you could be good at it too. So, specifically, I remember my freshman year, I received a 2.9 GPA. When I brought that record back to my mom and showed her my report card, she didn't take it too nicely. She then asked me, why can't you get an A? And I really had nothing to say. And then she followed with the classic line, do your classmates have bigger head than you that you cannot get an A? Did I born a stupid person? And I'm like, no, Mom, of course you did. I'm smart, occasionally. So I know it sounds harsh, but she means it from love. I know she does, just in not the nicest ways. But what I've gained from her telling me this was that it wasn't that I was exactly bad at being a winner. I was just really good at losing, which is actually one of the biggest steps that you can take to getting successful. So, to be started on my first point, one thing that I definitely learned was that your pain is purposeful. So I'm going to recall my freshman year in college now. I gained the freshman 30. My GPA was a 2.7. I was going through everything that a female could possibly endure. And to add on top of that, my eyebrow hairs were falling out. Yes, my eyebrow hairs. I was physically feeling the stress that I was going through. And to be honest, I did not take it well. That was an L that I will admit that I took. It was bad. And honestly, as much as I did not like the experience, I would not want to go without it. I'm so glad that it happened to me because of that exposure, I was able to now follow the next semester by getting out of academic probation, following my suit as an honor student, and fulfilling the expectations that not only that my mom put on me, but the expectations that I had for myself. And that was one of the most important things that I had to learn from losing, was that my pain is purposeful because it leads me to where I'm meant to be. So I'm just going to share a few moments that I actually experienced so we can all relate to me when it comes to taking an L. So this just depicts, I am Michael Jordan, that's me crying, and Drake here is my friend, and this just depicts a moment where my friend posted a very embarrassing moment of me on Facebook and refused to delete it. Therefore, she was handing me an L. So that's why you see me crying here. Another moment to share, I remember I applied for one of the most prestigious colleges that I was hoping to get into, and upon waiting weeks for this letter, I received an unfortunate news, an L. It wasn't exactly an L, but you understand. And another embarrassing moment that we all can experience here at NJCU, where our professors, sprinkle the final grade on our report cards and make our days a whole lot better by giving us an L. But it's all about the process. So now that I shared some embarrassing experiences with you, I want you to know some ways that I learned how to deal with it along the way. You accept it. Bitterly or positively, you accept it. That's not actually a picture of me. That just represents how I feel when I take an L, but at the end of the day, I have to suck it up because why? That's the first step to learning. You have to accept the loss. Because if you deny that something happened to you, then that's removing the purpose of ever going through something. That removes the purpose of ever trying to experience life. Do not panic. Please don't. I tend to have major anxiety issues. The moment a lab report is due by 11:59 and I have 2 minutes left to submit it, I start crying, panicking, there's fire around the room, my computer breaks down, everything just feels like it's breaking apart. And I don't want to take a L, but I have to learn how to stay calm before I ever approach a L. So in the face of adversity, in the face of times where you just don't know what to do, I advise you to not be like this. Don't set the place aflames. Try to remain calm. Try to do your part. And everything else will follow suit. Stress, 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 and more stress. I was introduced as a bio and chem major, but she forgot to add that I am majoring in stress. Why? Because it doesn't always show because, I put on makeup to hide the pain, but I'm making it look good. I'm making my L's look great. It's because of the fact that there's such a thing as good stress and bad stress, right? We all heard no difference. The bad stress, you lose your eyebrows, like I did. The good stress, you use it to empower you. Many of times we go through pressure and we are in situations that just seem so impossible to overcome. And I think it's those moments that really help us to understand what we're able to do, what we're really able to accomplish, because you never know who you truly are until you're put under pressure or stress, which we could all understand because we're all in college and we all major in stress in our own form. So, and I just want to give a comparison of how you're going to feel before you face an L. You're not really going to expect it because, you can't expect the L. There's no timing to it. No one tells you in advance, hey, Chelsea, a brick is going to fall on your head and you're probably going to fail that midterm you studied really hard for. No one's going to tell you that. But when it happens, you gotta try and take it with some grace. I'm telling you this because I made the mistake to not take it with grace. I took it with stress and anxiety, but the way I probably should have taken it was with confidence. Even if I didn't have it, I could have learned how to fake it, and that would have probably helped me a lot more to learn how to take it out. This really sticks to me, and I think it makes so much sense, and I hope it makes sense to you. The cow is life. It's not really showing, but I labeled it as life, right? What comes out the cow, am I allowed to curse? So, and the flowers, the beautiful flowers that we are, the unexpected poor flowers, we're faced with poop. Life is going to present you with a lot of poop. Poopy moments, poopy people, poopy experiences, poopy everything. But what I also learned was that manure is made out of poop. And agriculture and many plants require manure to grow. So I thought, maybe we do need poop to be okay. Maybe we do need those crappy moments in our life to be better. Maybe it's not the most liked, or maybe it's not the most desirable, but it definitely gets you to where you want to be, as much as it's not pleasant at all and stinky. And something that I always say to myself that keeps me encouraged is that it takes you guys can say it with me if you don't mind. Do you mind? All right. You don't? Okay. So it takes two L's to make a W. So always remember that for every bad thing that happens to you, it's always going to work in your favor. Don't take too many L's, but try and make it even out so that you get a W. And moreover, take it like a champ. Take it with some grace and be awesome. Thank you.